Good evening from Toulouse. This is the World Cup final as far as Romania and Portugal are concerned as well. Romania have been in every World Cup so far and have won one game in every tournament except in 1995. Beating Portugal is an absolute must for them, as they've lost only once against them in 12 outings. For Portugal, just being here is a dream come true. They battled their way through more qualifying matches than any other country and won through via their final repechage against Uruguay by a single point. But they're not content with that. They feel they can beat Romania as they did by a single point in Lisbon in 2003. And then their World Cup really will be a triumph. It's a fantastic story for both these sides. Portugal, real amateurs, and these days, so are the Romanians. The Romanian manager, Robert Antonin, I remember telling me we were the first truly professional side in the world back in the 80s when the Ceausescu regime was in power in Romania. It might have not been a very pleasant regime for most, but it was actually good for rugby. Most of the players in the army or in the police, and as Robert Antonin said to me, you know, we were the only teams, including New Zealand at that time, who were training at 10 o'clock in the morning. But the Romanians have made a remarkable rise through the ranks. Since 2000, they've got this young coach, Tomasz Moraes, who's worked wonders with them. And the people of Toulouse have turned out in their droves to enjoy this spectacle. Everybody's adopted one side or the other.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be abstaining for the national anthems of Portugal and Romania, recorded by the Republican Guard and the French Army Choir.
See the passion there from the Portuguese.
Bye.
Just time for a break, and we'll be back with... Well, there's your referee, Paul Honiss of New Zealand, and we're ready for the off. Interesting one, this. Both sides without their team captains.
On the whistle.
Romania's Sorin Sokol's been relegated to the bench, and Vasco Uva's a broken finger for Portugal. Knock on by the Portuguese from the kickoff. Now,
Back.
the Romanians will have more bulk up front, we know that. Can the Portuguese counter it?
Let him play it. Hands off for 8 seconds.
Corodiano driving it up and setting up the ruck for the Romanians. That's Tonitza, the captain tonight. And in go the tackles from the Portuguese, but Romania well into the 22. Going route one all the time at the moment. They know exactly what they have to do. Back it goes to the fly half, Dumbrava into the corner. Nicely taken, well done by Aguilar. Marked it as well. There's nobody back. The big kick, and it bounces into touch. Quick thinking, well done by Antonio Aguilar, his 44th cap. One of the more experienced players from the Portuguese side. Nearly all the backs from Portugal from the GD Direto club in Lisbon. It's actually formed from the law faculty of the university. That shows how amateur they are. The clearance from Julian Dumitrash. His father Harry was the captain in the '91 World Cup. No. Well, they've come up with it just. Now it's gone back the other way, but they're jumping too early by the Romanians, says the referee.
Play.
Causing an unfair advantage. Dipping back there was João Uva.
At least 2 goals.
Cousin of the other Uva, Gonçalo, who's in the second row. Pinto. Good kick, but Dumitrash drops it. Chance to counter. They're playing advantage in any case. Leal trying to find a way through. Full of adventure, the Portuguese fullback. Renowned for it on the 7 circuit, and now bringing it to 15s. But the original knock-on from Dumitrash pulled up by Paul Honiss, and it'll be a scrum down to Portugal.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Fed by the other Pinto, Jose Pinto. Get back, says the referee to the Romanians. And again hoisted by Duarte Pinto, the fly half. Well, Dumitrash safe under it that time and marked the ball. Free kick. Caught it when he really had to. All credit to him. Oh, and a massive boot. Terrific kick from Dumitrash, and right back to the Portuguese 22. Portugal beaten 56-10 by Scotland, 108-13 by New Zealand, 31-5 by Italy. But brave in all of them, and equally important, managed to score a try in all of them. And they've lost their own line-out ball again, though. Coming through, that was Tudori, setting it up for Romania. The veteran hooker, Mavrodin, taking it up. Balls out, that's fine. And driving through the middle, Corodiano. Late change coming into this side, was originally named on the bench, but Portugal have turned it over. And Duarte Pinto clears, misses touch though. Back goes the chip. Jose Pinto is underneath it, makes the mark.
Play.
Well, he kicks left-footed, he doesn't look natural, does he? But he gets it into touch. Up to the 10-metre line. Fast and furious, no real pattern to the players yet. It means so much to both these sides. The Romanians really with a proud World Cup tradition. They beat Zimbabwe in '87, Fiji in '91, USA in '99, and Namibia in '03. Up again, the big drive from the big man, Florin Corridiano. And the drive through from the back by the tenacious Portuguese. It was out, says the referees, quite happy, play on. And Pinto manages to get it away to Sousa. Sousa sets it up. Back it comes on the short side. The flip back inside from number 4, Uva, lost forward in the end by the Portuguese. It'll be a scrum down to the Romanians.
General play back there, only Romania players over the ball, no Portugal players.
There's Duarte Pinto.
9.
All these guys have got proper jobs. He's a communications designer.
Goal ball.
And the man inside him, Jose Pinto, a doctor.
Allez. Up, please, on the engagement, binding, okay? No, goal, come up.
The big man for Portugal on this side, Rui Cordeiro, 138 kilograms. Absolutely huge. And away come Romania again.
Unplayable, we can't roll clear.
Nobody at fault there. It was a pile-up. Neither side able to ruck or maul the ball. So referee Paul Honiss gives it to the side who are trundling forward.
Up here on the back, please. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Oh, good push that time from the Portuguese boys. Got Romania on the back foot. They protected the ball well, though. Dumbrava puts it wide. Chance there as Dumitrash comes in. Tries to get Nicolai away, but a big tackle, and suddenly, though, Portugal in real trouble. There's the counter-ruck.
Leave him 7 out.
It's a tremendous loop around from Dumbrava that set that one up. Now the forwards trying to bundle it forward. And Portuguese again forcing the error. There's the kick. They don't really want this one to go into touch, but it's going to. Big chase on there from Pedro Carvalho. And the crowd loving it. Nicolai setting it up there for Portugal, and eventually the error came and Portugal again escaped. You feel they've got to get more ball if they're going to survive. Mavrodin in his 3rd World Cup throws into the line-out. And a little knock forward, a mistake from Romania gives an attacking platform to the Portuguese if they can win the ball cleanly. Rui Cordeiro goes down with some ankle trouble. Wants some treatment. There he is, a huge man, 138 kilos. Well over 20 stones. Plays for Coimbra. Well, there we just see the Romanians losing the ball. The mistake. It looks as if Cordeiro is okay again.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
And the front rows had gone up.
Come closer, please. Must head high on the engagement. Come forward, Bell. Come forward. Come forward. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
And the ball going in as soon as there was the hit, but even then, Rui Cordeiro penalised for going down. He says he doesn't think he's done anything wrong. "29 years old. Looks a touch older, I think. Yeah, it was a bad bind. Got to get more solid than that. He was definitely the one going down straight away. Good call by Mr. Honiss. So Romania back into the Portuguese half. And they have the line out. Nicely off the top from Tudori. Up goes, huge up and under, well recovered. Back it goes to Contignac. But then it was lost forward, he had control. And for a moment there was something on for Romania. Must rank among the highest Gary Owens we've seen so far. Just losing it in the tackle there. Yeah, good work there from Pedro Carvalho. The man who scored the first try of Portugal's Rugby World Cup history with that score against Scotland. Thought he scored another one when he intercepted and went the length of the field, but was called back for offside. And the Portuguese front row in the wars already. That's Ruben Spashuk, Argentine-born. The Argentines, of course, renowned for their scrummaging. And he's ended up propping for Portugal.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
That's a better heel. Picked up by the number 8, Girau.
Release 8. Come back.
Back it goes from Pinto to Pinto. Yeah, good kick. And Dumitrash had the opportunity to take a quick one, but decided against it. Into the 12th minute, still no score. Plenty of action. But it's all a bit fast and furious and no real shape to the game. Simon McDowell, the Irish touch judge over on that side. Mavrodin with the throw. Picked off the top by Tudori. Proving a good source of line-out ball at the moment for Romania. For a moment they lost track of the ball. Dumbrava. It's Dimofte, who played fly half against Scotland. Again, big tackle, this time on Popescu. It was off the ground, so legal said the referee. Portugal again in there quickly. Now they release it because it becomes a ruck. Oh, and poor passing from the Romanians. Portugal escape again, and they'll have the line out. That's Tudori winning some excellent ball for Romania. At the moment, they can't put the phases together to make it count towards a score. They do look to have the forward platform, perhaps just need to make more of that, but Good drive this time by the Portuguese. For a moment it looked as if Romania had brought it down deliberately, but the referee says no. Pinto with the kick, but unfortunately directly into touch, so it's line out back on halfway to the Romanians.
On the white line, you on the white line, here's our mark.
Well, you can see what Duarte Pinto says. Cool it.
And the 15, play. Keep it up, Reds.
Now the big drive. They look dangerous when they break away. That's Mavrodin. Carried on well by Popescu. Arriving at pace the back row. Lost forward though. Again a knock on by the Romanians. And Portugal have the chance again to clear their lines. Talking this morning to Rui Alvarez, their manager, and he was saying what a wonderful experience this World Cup has been for Portugal. Even the 108-point defeat by New Zealand, they felt they brought something so positive to that game. Were so thrilled to have actually crossed the New Zealand line. And for them, there's been no question of humiliation. It's been very, very much a question of making their first inroads. In Portugal, it's meant a huge amount for them to have qualified for the finals. Apparently nobody at first believed it. Of course, you know, Portugal dominated by football, everybody football mad, and when they heard that their rugby team had got to a Rugby World Cup finals, the whole population suddenly switched on to rugby, and they see this as a chance to make sure that they can build on that.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Pinto with the kick again. Ooh, so nearly charged down. Well, it was charged down, but so nearly completely charged down by Corodianu.
Here's your mark. Look for the mark, please. Bring your team down to the back.
Now they need good, clean ball. Well, they've lost it, in fact. Gathered in really well by Petre. And then Romania's driving off the side.
Okay. Play on.
And they've stolen it again. Wonderful steal by the Portuguese. And terrific running from Antonio Aguilar.
Not held. Hands off goals.
And another remarkable escape. Pinto's there and can complete the clearance. Dumitrash. He returns it. He's got a massive boot. But the net gain is for Portugal. And they have the line out on halfway. Fabulous opportunism by Antonio Aguilar.
Portugal.
That's better. That was Gonzalo Uva, twin of the captain who's out of this match with a broken finger. And again, the Portuguese making the most of their chances. His cousin, João Uva, bursting away round the front of the ball. Back it comes to Pinto. Little slip pass to Sousa. The other Pinto. This is the big man trying to keep it going forward. Cordero.
Leave it gold.
Good retention. Pinto to Pinto. The chip wide this time. Gets it in behind. It's going to bounce into touch, but Romania will have to be sure at this line out. It's only territory, and they've given away the throw to the line out, but nevertheless an excellent kick from Duarte Pinto. Cordero setting it up in the middle of that move. So now the Romanian line out under pressure. Mavrodin. Well, he can't find his man, and it was a terrific tackle to stop that becoming a try. And the drive goes again, it's in! And I think it was the hooker. I think it was Ferreira. Ferreira it was, the captain today. The most capped player in Portuguese rugby. 84th cap today. He'd only scored 2 tries in the whole of his playing career at international level. And now he's got his 3rd, and what a day to get it. Oldest member of the squad, 34, only 3 years younger than Tomasz Marej, the coach. Yep, he's there, no question of that. And when you've got the 20-odd stones of Rui Cordeiro on your back, there was no chance of him not getting downward pressure. Well, this man knows what it is to kick under pressure. Oh, that'll do nicely. And Portugal, their dreams alive, going into a 7-0 lead. Kenny Logan, let's have your thoughts.
Well, it's a great try by Ferreira. A lot of great pressure from Portugal. I think it's a battle of the 2 packs today. You can see them both. That's where they want to attack. And the Romanians will want to get right back in the game now and try and settle their nerves. But Portugal had a great start and they've been well over the moon with the start they've had, 19 minutes. So they need to work hard for the next 2 or 3 minutes. And as they go, they're away again. So hopefully they can continue to keep this going.
Well, it was Coutinho who burst away. And Romania, if they thought this was going to be plain sailing, they certainly know it's not going to be now. Tonitza, the captain for the day, bumping his men off, but that wall of maroon shirts is pretty solid. Dumitrash, he's outside the 22. He can't go direct to touch. That's gone backwards. Gathered in just by Duarte Pinto. Back it goes to Calafitiano, the scrum half, and finally Dumitrash clears the touch. That's Tonitza driving it back up, but it looks as if the Romanians are going to have to find a touch more subtlety if they're going to break down this Portuguese defence. They might be smaller, but they're certainly brave, and technically they're not bad either. And
you must come back.
That was too late out of the line out, so Diogo Coutinho has been called back into the line out by referee Honiss. And again, it's lost at the back. Romania coming up with it. The tackle onto Corodianu. Now, driving up the second row, Ratiu.
Release, Red, release!
Back it comes, a long way back to Dumitrash. Well, he certainly got the distance, but he's pushed that one right. And already, in some ways, that smacks a little bit of desperation. They're almost telling the Portuguese they don't fancy they can break them down. And the crowd onto that in a flash and booing the effort. They want to see them play rugby. Well, the Portuguese are going to take some bangs. That's João Uva, the flanker. Well, you can see how it happened there. The slip as he went in to make the tackle, and that made he clattered straight into the knees. Pinto. Oh, and powering through again, Toditsa. But again, just as it looked as if they were through, but this time referee Honiss
Holding the player before the pass.
has spotted that there was a little tug by Gonzalo Uva, taking the player out before he'd taken the ball. Well, you saw it there, it was just a touch, but well spotted by the referee. Probably stopped him taking the pass, and Romania have a line out down inside the 22. Remember, it's a big weekend for the home nations. England v Tonga, 7:30 on Friday on ITV1, and Wales v Fiji, 4 p.m. Saturday on ITV1. The fate of the home nations and whether they go forward in this Rugby World Cup, all being decided this weekend. Don't miss it. Knocked on again by Romania at the vital moment, just as they got Portugal under pressure. And now Duarte Pinto. There's the clearance kick outside the 22. He kicked the 4 penalties against Uruguay in Uruguay that meant Portugal qualified by a single point on the 2-leg decider. They won 12-5 at home and lost 18-12 away to qualify by the single point. Chidori driving up again, trying, almost making a hole. He's looking dangerous every time he gets the ball for Romania. A bit loose there, but recovered by Romania. Again, the swarming tackling by the Portuguese. The ball was out, no offside there. Scrum half Calafetianu had no option but to take it himself and hold on. Portugal try to set up the drive again. Well, that's the only way they are making headway. And again, a nudge forward, and Portugal showing their resilience yet again, coming up with the tackles until Romania make the mistakes. Romania able to field a side that is just about French based, but this one they put out tonight, very much a mixture, and I think it shows that they haven't had an awful lot of time together.
No ball. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
The feed goes in from Jose Pinto.
Release gold.
Well, counter-rucking from the Romanians, and they've done it. Got themselves going forward, and when the ball became unplayable, they were the side in the ascendancy. So referee Paul Honiss gives them the put-in. Oh, and a penalty, this time against Romania in the scrum, and that was because Bogdan Balan, the tight head prop, was going in on the angle. That man, Rui Cordero, will no doubt take it as a triumph. Duarte Pinto doesn't find touch. That's a bad miss, because they'd have had a line out. Now the chance to counter-attack. Oh, and it has to be very, very quickly cleared, left-footed by Duarte Pinto. Looks at a couple of teammates in exasperation. Adam Leach there, the IRB development officer who was seconded to the union. the Portuguese Union to help them prepare for this tournament. This will be his last game with them, so he'll be anxious to see results for it too. They look good at this stage always, don't they? But again, brilliant work by the Portuguese. It was Duarte Pinto getting a hand in, and then Girau finishing it off. Pinto in place again, chips across, finds touch midway between halfway and the Romanian 22. Well, there was the man who drove it up first, Cesar Popescu. He did his work properly. He's taken a bang in doing it, but at that stage it looked like a promising Romanian attack, and then yet another mistake and it all went wrong yet again for Romania. Popescu, who's very at home down in these parts, plays his rugby for Agen just down the road. Big man, 120 Ks. And that, for those of you who still think in stones and pounds, just about 19 stones. Well, I think knocked forward by Romania. It was indeed. The referee's got his arm out and back they come.
Scrum. We must get the scrums a little bit better, please. Binding on the engagement, please. Here's our mark. Come forward, goal. Come forward. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Scrum going down, nobody to blame this time. We'll have a reset. And the referee saying there, yeah, you could see it there. The two props so far away that when they hit, they were almost bound to go down. That's better. Little quick feed to Jose Pinto, and he makes a good touch. Knocked on by Mavrodin. Aguilar in field. The angle kick, can it get in behind Fercu? Back to Dumitrash. One of those nasty ones that could go anywhere. Well dealt with though, and coming in from the back, Leal finds his support. That wasn't deliberate, it just cannoned off the Portuguese player into touch, line out, Romania. Tackled out the back, that was off the foot, play on, says the referee. Again, good ball from Tudori, wasted by the Romanians, and it's the Portuguese who are on the attack. What a chance that was. If Gonçalo Uva had been able to take that one, he was away through the middle. Scott Quinnell back in the studio. Some big hitting I think you might be proud of.
I certainly wouldn't like to be on the end of them, John, but it's fantastic. Both sides are going out, and they can certainly feel that it's a game both sides feel they can win. At the moment, Romania giving Portugal some scraps to work off. They need to tighten their game up if they're going to get into this. They certainly have the stronger pack, but can they control the game and frustrate Portugal? As we see here now, they're giving them opportunities, and in fairness, the Portuguese took their one try magnificently, and the way they're going at the moment, I won't be surprised if they get another one, John.
Thank you, Scott. And again, neatly setting it up. He's a good little footballer, this Duarte Pinto. And just as I say it, the curse on him, of course, it doesn't quite go dead. Looked as if he was going to get that unlucky bounce that just kicks the ball on over the dead ball line. And what was a pressure kick suddenly becomes a big mistake. Dumbrava, big man for a fly half. But at the moment, it's the side without the brawn that is on top and looking good. Antonio Aguilar again. That was knocked forward and spilled, but they're not afraid to make their tackle. Joao Uva finishes off the job, and penalty this time to Romania. There was a hand in there once it had become a ruck. There's the knock-on. Romania cleared away from there. There's always that temptation, if the ball's right next to you on the floor, to stick a hand in there and just push it back your way. You've got to resist it. Dumitrash takes play back down right on the Portuguese 22. Also, an absolute irresistible opportunity, but spotted by the referee. This time, Tonitsa with the line-out. Absolutely dominated the line-outs, Romania, but they've got nothing to show for it as yet. 5 seconds to actually use it, says referee Honiss. Back it comes. Brava gets it wide this time. The first chance, that's Dumitrash, but a forward pass, says the referee. Nothing going right for the Romanians once they try to move the ball wide. And we'll see it again. Well, you can see quite clearly Dumitrash timed his run really badly, went too early, and the pass from Gontiniak just had to be forward if it was going to find him. Cordero again in trouble. And remember, if you want to catch up with all the news from Rugby World Cup, you can go at any time to itv.com/rugby and find out all the past results and all the news.
Here we are. Crouch.
Jose Pinto.
Pause. Engage.
Oh, and a big wheel on that occasion, and twisted away, moved wide immediately by Tudori.
Release.
Oh, and a penalty for holding on again by the Romanians. They're just getting isolated. The support's not quick enough. And just when it looks dangerous yet again for Portugal, they're given the ball because of a Romanian mistake. Duarte Pinto clears. How many times have we said that already? He half made the tackle and it was finished off by Souza. And there you can see clearly holding on. Right, can Portugal come up with their own ball? The answer is no. Well, they're doing remarkably well when you consider how they're struggling for possession. Another chance for Cordiano to make holes down the middle. And well, he didn't make the mark. He was back inside. He didn't need the mark. This is Leal. The little chip and go. It's a good chip too. And there's no chance for Romania to do anything. The whole crowd on their feet, trying to get in place to take the quick one, but it was very quick work by Calafetianu, the Romanian scrum half, needed to prevent Pedro Leal, who's always a dangerous player, just going back now and a touch of fists with Aguilar. Confidence growing amongst the Portuguese, up into the Romanian 22, but the big question again, can they win their own line out? Goes to the back, they do this time. Big cheer goes up from the crowd. Carried on by Spashuk. And the drop goal attempt is not going to make it. He didn't hit it well. Wide, and probably didn't have the legs either. Dumitrash with the long dropout. Aguilar. Well, that was a pretty decent return too. Takes play back into the Romanian half. And coming up, 37.5 minutes gone. You've got to say that the Portuguese, if anything, looking more comfortable as the game goes on, but they've done a huge amount of tackling, and that always saps the strength. So we'll have to wait and see whether that tells in the second half. Beautifully picked off by João Uva. And again, Portugal come up with the ball. And there was, a forward pass, says the referee. I'm not so sure about that. I thought he might do them for crossing. There could have been a touch of obstruction in there, but forward pass it is, scrum down. Yeah, great work there by João Uva. Well, here we see, oh no we don't.
Pause, engage. Grips up.
Well, it was out, it wasn't controlled by the Romanians on their own heel. That went backwards. Spashuk sets it up for Portugal. Yet again, they've somehow got hold of the ball off scraps. Carvalho. Pinto. And Pinto again. Uva. And the ball's there for Jose Pinto. This time it's little Leal, who'd gone into the fly half position, and a very neat chip from him. It's a play on. Just swept back by the Romanians in time. If the Portuguese had got that one, they'd have certainly had another scoring opportunity. Lumbering back is Gonçalo Uva, who juggled it and then sensibly left it to Leal, who's got a much more cultured right boot, and clears back up almost to halfway. Yeah, nicely taken by Souza.
Zamak.
Somehow wrestled it away from the bigger man. Oh, and remarkable, Portugal win one against the throw. Carvalho comes across from the left wing to complete the tidying up, and they've got ball again. Straight down the middle, that was touched in flight, so everybody's onside. And Dumitraj, not noted for his counter-attacking, prefers big clearance down into the Portuguese half, but they can't take any advantage because that is half-time. It's Portugal 7, Romania 0.
The teams are back out on the pitch in Toulouse. Time to rejoin John Taylor.
Thank you, Martin. Well, the Romanians have immediately taken action. Marius Tinku comes on at hooker, and the captain of the team for the World Cup, Sorin Sokol, who was on the bench, comes into the second row. But it's Portugal. who at the moment leads 7 points to 0. Immediately, Pinto goes deep. Dumitrash. And finds a touch up near halfway. The big guns now definitely out for Romania. Number 18, Sorin Sokol. I mean, this would be such a surprise. Remember, Portugal have only ever beaten Romania once, and that was back in 2003. Brava just trying to jink his way through. Tackle on Ratiu. And a penalty again. He's holding on, getting isolated. The support just not getting there for Romania. And even though they're struggling to win first phase possession, Portugal coming up with enough. Ooh, for a moment there, Duarte Pinto had a look at the posts. But no, thought better of it. Goes deep. And Simon McDowell gives a Portuguese line out about 15 meters from the Romanian line. Portugal lost to Romania in the European qualifiers, and Romania qualified as Europe 2, second behind Italy. Pinto. Well, that time 12 on 12, Sousa caught by Gontiniak, and it's a turnover this time for the Romanians. Scrum it's going to be, but the equivalent of a turnover, because Romania ought to come up with the ball from this scrum. Portugal then lost 17-3 in Tbilisi to Georgia, drew 11-all with them back in Lisbon, but they lost out there as Georgia took the Europe 3 spot. And then Portugal had to enter the repêchages, beat Morocco first in a two-legger, and then beat Uruguay to claim the very last spot in the World Cup. Now, what glory it would be for them if they could come away with a win. Dumitrash, straight down the middle. Little Leal. Switched away by Calafetianu, and cleared to touch again by the big boot of Dumitrash. You have to say that the Romanian rugby is not very imaginative. Joao Uva, the hard-working Romanian number 7, certainly won't mind those clearances to touch. This has been an area of big problems for the Romanians. Little Joaquim Ferreira, the captain, the try scorer, the man who finds his man on this occasion. Good catch by David Penalva. Well, did they bring them all down? The referee seems happy. The kick goes in from Jose Pinto, and coming up with the way that he was attacked, Nicolai saw a gap for a moment, and it's going to be a scrum down with a Romanian put in. Well, the man in trouble, David Penalva, but my goodness, the moment he spotted that Nicolai was going to come down the blind side, he really went for him. Penalva. He saw. That hurts, but he won't want to come off. It's Marius Tinku. He's hardened player, knows his rugby down in these parts, plays for Perpignan. Has a couple of Heineken Cup seasons behind him. So he's got more experience really than any of the Portuguese players, and he's come on to boost Romania in the second half, along with Sorin Sokol, who plays at Po,
Come on, Kelvin.
right down in the Basque Country.
Touch. Got the horse, engage.
And they'll be hoping they can bring that hardened edge. Picked up there by Tonitza. And their huge kick from Dubrava, and it's gone dead, so it's absolutely useless. Really let fly, and it looked too long from the moment it left his boot. Aimless. And you've got to say that's been the story of Romania's game for much of the time so far. 5 minutes into the second half, they're trailing 7 points to 0.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Oh, and Portugal have lost that one. It was kicked back through. Big chance here for the Romanians. But again, they just can't get away. Gontiniak. And Portuguese swarming through as they've done so much. In come the big tackles now onto Popescu. That's Tinku trying to go round close in. Calafetiano gets it away, sets down the middle, Valan. Now, some real forward game. Well, that was Sokol who's come on, and Portugal again regrouping, the ball's out, and again they've come away with it. The busy Portuguese, and a mistake from the Romanians. Portugal have it. The big kick goes up from Aguilar. Now this is dangerous. This time it's Tonitza through the middle. Tinku again, looking dangerous. No, that went backwards, play on, says the referee. So Popescu does exactly that. But again, tenacious tackling from the Portuguese. They've turned them over. Fantastic work by Portugal. Well, that's not too clever a kick from Aguilar. Oh, it went backwards, says the referee. Back through the middle, this time actually trying to run it, Dumitrash. And I think that might be a message from the Romanian camp saying, come on, you've got to take this ball to the Portuguese in hand. Little knock on by the Portuguese. Ooh, and a boot went out from one of the Romanians. The crowd are all booing, but McDowell, the touch judge on this side, saw nothing untoward in it. Well, he's certainly not put his flag out. No, he's now drawn the attention of the referee. Is he going to have a word? Well, that was it, the attempted kick. Let's see whether he considers it dangerous or just a reaction. Yeah, good touch judging from Simon McDowell. He says, just tell the number 5 yellow, who's Christian Petre, to be careful with his feet. He lashed out, and the only problem, no foul play, because he just found fresh air.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Well, a big push on, and the push was too early. No, you can't take it. You took it from the wrong place.
Must be behind the scrum, not to the side.
It's got to be behind the scrum if you
Go
want
to
to
the
take
mark.
it quickly, and he was out to the side. So Mr. Honiss brings him back. Well, they got him down easily enough in the end. It was big old Rui Cordero. Dumitrash. Back goes the kick.
Boys, the tempo's just gone up a notch. The tempo's gone up, Carlo. Let's have our eyes on, okay? Thank you.
And the referee sensing that the atmosphere between the players has changed a little bit. He's just telling his fellow officials, keep your eyes open. I think it might take off. Penalva comes up with it for Portugal from the line-out.
All right,
They
that's the
try
original
and
ball.
drive away. Ferreira in there. Good up and under this time from Duarte Pinto. Did it go forward? It did go forward. Referee will call him back. It'll be a scrum down Romania. There you can see Natal Uva.
Come forward to the mark, please. Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Ball in very quickly from scrum half Calafatiano for Romania. Huge kick again. But that's little Pedro Leao bringing it back up. Little chip over the top. Doesn't get through, but he manages to tackle Tonizzo, and then they drive the Romanians into touch. It'll be a line-out Portugal. Quickly taken, same ball, that's allowed. Wrestled back by Uva. Not such a good kick on that occasion from Duarte Pinto. And again, Dumitrash. Huge kick from him, and Portugal forced right back to their own 22. Portugal looking to make some changes, and this is João Correa coming on for Portugal, number 17. And the man coming off is Ruben Spashuk, the Argentine-born prop. Well, it's Ion also going on for Romania. Touched in flight this was, so everybody's on side. Dumitrash cuts back. And the tackling as enthusiastic as ever from the Portuguese. They've really made no ground at all when they've tried to go through the middle. That's Ion, the new man for Romania, and that's a forward pass. Sokol taking the pass, but telling his men, no, put it down there, let's go, let's play the game deep in their territory. And nothing as yet in the second half to worry Portugal over much.
He's all right, he's all right. You okay?
The onus really on the Romanians. They're the favourites, and they're the people who've got to carry this game to Portugal. Portugal will happily stay in control and play the game in the midfield area. Territory is what it's all about for them.
Touch, pause, engage.
Big push from the Romanians, but again well held on the second charge by the Portuguese.
Unplayable.
That's a pile-up, not a ruck. No one could get out of the way, says Mr. Honiss. So scrum, Portugal.
Don't feel the scrum deliberately, okay? Here we are.
Cordero there, a very big man, the Portuguese prop, but he never looks really comfortable there, does he? And that's gone forward. For a moment, Coutinho thought he'd got a breakaway chance, but it had gone forward. There's the new man in at hooker.
Crouch, touch.
Joao Correa.
Engage.
The feed from Calafetiano.
Stay bound.
Tonitza, but tackled bravely by Pinto. Trying to come back on the inside, Nicolai. But again, that swarming defence. Well, I'm afraid Mr. Honiss did say it was out first.
Must not take the player without the ball.
He's done him for taking the player and not the ball. It was out. He was happy that he could go through and try and take the ball, but says his crime was to take player when he hadn't got the ball. Dumitraj takes play into the Portuguese 22. Another territorial blow for Romania, but this time can they make it pay? A little flick on by Calafetiano there, giving half a chance for Nicolai to do something, but that Portuguese defence is quite something. Now they're trying to get the driving ball going. And this time Romania have got it moving and collapsing by the Portuguese on this occasion. And he's going back for the penalty to Romania. Now what are they going to do?
Next time, we go to the sin bin.
Well, that's clear. The man penalised was David Penalva, and he was told next time you go to the sin bin. What are they going to do? Looks to me, with Dumitraj coming over, they're going to the corner. Encouraged by that big forward drive. It's the first time they've actually got it going without making a mistake. And Penalva penalised for bringing it down. So now 5 minutes out. 5 meters out and a big line out this for both sides. Well, a big drive straight away by the Portuguese, taking the steam out of the Romanian drive. They did it well. Romania go again. That's the third time. They're edging closer, just a couple of meters out. Looking ominous for Portugal this time. They're rumbling over. Again, the tackle comes in.
Come out. Hold 12, 12 back.
And Portugal
back.
Desperate not to allow the Romanians over. They go to the drive. No, they've stopped short again. And the referee not sure. It's going to the official. It's Kelvin Dika, another New Zealander. And what he's worried about is that as he went over, did he lose the ball? Perhaps it was that man. We couldn't see from my angle, Sorin Sokol. Now, as he goes, what happens? Oh, well, it definitely pops out. Certainly pops out, and that's what he was worried about. And providing this shows us it went forward as well. Ooh, now, did he get it down first, though? There was a moment when he could have been over the line. No? Well, pick the bones out of that one. Will not be surprised if we have 2 or 3 looks at this one. Paul Honiss was right to detect that they lost control, but had he got it down and on the line at this point? It's not there quite. It is there then, but did it come up off the ground? This is the one that probably will tell us. Oh, look, there's a hand under it. No try. There was a hand under it at the moment it went to the line, and at that moment, I don't think Romania got it down. It still might not have gone forward, so it could still possibly be a scrum down with an attacking ball. There's a hand under it there, we now know. Then it flicked forward. What's the decision?
Okay. My decision is he's lost it forward. All right. Thank you.
All right. So lost forward. And lost forward means that it's a defending ball. And that makes a terrific difference too. Another chance. Portugal survive. Can they clear their lines?
Pause, engage.
Oh, it's a scramble for them, but they've got control. Driving away was Coutinho. And this is better ball. They'll get a chance. And there's the kick. Well done in the end by Portugal, and Duarte Pinto not up to the 22. They're still not out of danger, but it's nowhere near as desperate as it was a minute or two ago. Marius Tinko, full of a man. Yeah, good take. And again, they know what they want to do. It's this big forward drive, but again, Portugal have got a hand on it. They're counter-balling. And they've come away with it. They've actually managed to get the turnover. That's remarkable. By far the smaller side. They're still in trouble, but it's a penalty. The Romanians coming round the side, and they were offside. Great work by Portugal, and now a real chance for them to clear their lines. Well, that is a fantastic effort by the Portuguese under real enormous pressure for the first time really in the match. And my goodness, how they've answered it. Oh, and a terrific kick, perhaps his best of the day, from Duarte Pinto. So it's a Portuguese line out on the Romanian 10-metre line. Paul Honiss talking to Sorin Sokol, who looks as if he's taken over the captaincy now that he's come on from the bench. Correa with the throw. Or, well, it went a bit too long, but Uva came up with it for Portugal. And Dr. Jose Pinto. Nicolai bumps off the scrum half. But doesn't get much further. And Brava checks back inside. And again. Oh, well, I'm not so sure about that. That was Coutinho trying to go in, and Rakan, the referee, considered it was dangerous, I think. I know, maybe he did him before he went back for more, and did him at that point for not releasing after having made the tackle. Goes to the Portuguese 10-metre line, and everybody totally absorbed by this one. Dumbrava tries to set up Popescu. And this is the captain, Sokol. Well, that was out, and again the thunderous tackle comes in. The support goes in as well, and once again, magnificently, Portugal have turned it over. Oh, and that was a pity, just too long. Duarte Pinto knows that was a chance missed to really relieve the pressure. It was only inches out, but that's the difference between a good one and a bad one. Terrific work there from Diogo Coutinho. Sokol off the line out. Now, again, they've tried so many times to put Popescu through the middle. Released. Oh, and a little chance there for Cafetianu. That's a Tinku, a replacement hooker. Flips back inside to Sokol. Strong guy. But again, no real danger at the moment. Oh, well, he might have been better off if he hadn't stopped that one. I don't think it was going to be dangerous, the kick from Dumbrava. But now a chance to go again, and they try the kick again. Offside.
Number 10.
And the man offside was Duarte Pinto, just inches too far. Now, what will they do this time? Last time they went for the corner, tried to put on the pressure. Portugal escaped, and it looks with Dumitrash lining up again as if they're going to go for the same ploy. Hoping for the big line out and the drive over.
Off the line, please, off the line.
The man in trouble, Cesar Popescu. Launched him down the middle once too often. And looks to me as if he's limping off.
Time off. Injury replacement, guys, let's do it. Don't worry about the paperwork, let's just do it.
Now that means they've got to bring back Bogdan Ballon. Because they'd already put Eon on, their replacement prop, and of course you've got to have specialist props in the front row. So that's the one time you can replace a man who's been replaced. On goes the drive. It was Sokol who made the catch again. Oh, it's a big drive this time. Have they got it down? And the try is given. And the man who got it was Marius Tinku. And Tinko, at last, gets the try for Romania. They're not in level terms yet, but they could be after the conversion. Well, we knew they always had the power. Brave work by Portugal. It's taken them 62 minutes, the Romanians, to get over the line. But in the end, yep, too much power. And Tinku allowed to come off the side and make the score. And the man entrusted with the conversion attempt is Calafetianu. Not a very experienced kicker, but it was good. Cool as you like. Well done, Valentin Calafetianu. And that was interesting because Dumbrava has 164 points for Romania. Calafetianu only 52, but he was the man. And that levels things up 7-all. Now, have Portugal got, first of all, enough to hold out, or secondly, enough to come back and take the lead again? Well, they're still full of spirit. Cavallo getting up there to take the kickoff. He's lost the ball, though, in the end. And Dumitrash, that huge boot did prove, in the end, to be telling when it came to setting up the position for the Romanian try. And that massive kick again, that one has gone at least 80, maybe 85 meters. Touchdown over the Portuguese try line, 22 drop out to them.
Bring them back, bring them back. Okay.
Oh, and that terrible error. Well, that is just, I think that was Tonitsa. Oh, and that is just the sort of encouragement that Portugal will be looking for. Remember, a huge weekend for their home countries this weekend. Everything decided in terms of where they go from now in Rugby World Cup 2007. And in addition to England and Wales, we've got Scotland versus Italy on Saturday at 7 p.m. on ITV4, and then on Sunday at 4 p.m. it's Ireland v Argentina, a huge match that, and that's on ITV1. And if you need to catch up on anything to do with Rugby World Cup 2007, then just go to itv.com/rugby. And Portugal have made a substitution. Now this one interesting, they've taken off Duarte Pinto and they've put on Gonçalo Malheiro. Now Malheiro, plenty of experience. This will be his 36th cap for Portugal, and he is their record point scorer with 228.
Come on, let's make a decision.
And you just wonder whether they are putting him on in the hope that they get a penalty and that he can slot it over.
Time on. What are they doing?
Recorded the first drop goal of Rugby World Cup
doing, Stuart?
2007.
What are they doing?
And yeah, Romania also replacing the man coming on. Here's Valentin Sacha. And limping off Tonitsa, his last act, that dreadful knock-on, seems like he turned his ankle as well. There's the new man, and immediately puts it into the corner. Oh, and it goes into touch. Oh, just a foot short. You can't have a line out there, but it does give them a line out 5 meters out. Luck of the bounce. That could have all gone wrong, but it ends up as a masterstroke by Gonçalo Malheiro. The throw-in, of course, with the Romanians, and Ratiud comes up with it. Now the clearance, Dumitraj with a siege gun boot, and a big clearance. They've now got to go all of 30 meters, maybe 35. But they now do have the line-out throw.
Captain? No. No.
Oh, just gathered in by Uva. And Portugal set it up well. Oh, and that's terrific work from Korea. Now it's Romania showing a real appetite for the tackling, and oh, a hand in the ruck. Oh no, he's dived in over the top. I thought they'd got the advantage, but then to try and secure it, in went a man over the top. Now this is exactly the situation that I was wondering about. Will they ask Malheiro now to come up and take the kick at goal? There he is indeed, Gonçalo Malheiro. He's already kicked 228 points for his country. If he can kick 3 more here, they could be the most valuable that he has ever kicked for them. Nearly 40 meters with the angle. He's only just come on. Duarte Pinto did a tremendous job, but now it's down to this man, Gonçalo Malheiro. Oh, he struck it nicely. Oh, it's good. And Malheiro puts Portugal back in the lead with about 11 minutes to go. Portugal have the advantage once again. Wonderful strike of the ball. And all the more laudable because he'd only just come on. Well, that went backwards, gathered in by Ferreira. And Portugal will be even more determined now. They're trying to counteract, but there it is at the back of the ruck, Portugal's side. The kick wasn't a great one from Leal, but they're outside the 22, line out, Romania. And that's the captain, Joaquim Ferreira, who's gone down in need of attention. In fact, it looks to me like perhaps a lens problem. Well, I don't think you want to go up. Yeah, contact lens problem. Seems to be back in business. He'll need to see what he's doing. Trundling on, it's Juan Mure, and in fact Mure is on for the captain. And again, the Romanians trying to get that big drive going, and Portugal can't afford to bring it down and give away a penalty, or the scores could well be level again. Well, they made 10 metres, and Portugal have got to get in there and lock together. The bigger Romanians looking dangerous. Portugal getting back, trying to attack it. Now at least they've got it going a bit sideways. And have they got their hands on it? Only 2 metres, 3 metres short. It's back to 5 metres at the back of it, but they'll just pick and drive again because they've got absolutely no change when they've tried to move it through the backs. Desperate times for Portugal. And Portugal trying to drive through right from the back. They've repelled them once again. Terrific effort. They've got them back to 5 metres. But I don't think there's going to be any change in tactics. It's just going to be Romania trying to use that superior power to take them over. That's the dangerous one, where they pick it out the middle and can go straight through the middle. Oh, there's the big heave. And Portugal all hands to the pump. And the referee can see it. It's about 1.5 meters short at the moment. There's the ball. There they go again. And the tackle was good. Desperate stuff. This time the shot. That must be a try. And you can't help feeling a little bit sorry for Portugal, but all credit to the Romanians. They take the lead for the first time in the match. And this was always going to be the problem area for the Portuguese. Well, no doubt about it. On came the drive. Good support that time. We think it was Florin Corrediano who was the man who got the final touchdown. So for the first time, the Romanians with their noses in front. It's 12-10, and the chance now for Dumbrava this time. Whistles from the crowd. But the kick was straight and true from Dumbrava. And it's Romania 14, Portugal 10. 2 tries to 1. 7 minutes left. Is there time for Portugal to come back yet again? A wonderful effort from the Portuguese. They know they've acquitted themselves well, but that won't be enough for them. They really believe they can win this one. Man in front from the kickoff. So it's going to be a scrum down.
Try to help them get the colour on. Red knight and stuff. Quick, bring them on quickly.
And now Jose Pinto being substituted. Luis Pissarra comes on.
Sorry. Player down, sorry.
Well, the Portuguese coach, Tomás Maraj, must be very, very proud of his team today. They say he's got one thing in common with Jose Mourinho. They both actually studied at the Lisbon Institute of Sport to become PE teachers, but thereafter vastly different directions. Mourinho could buy almost anybody he wanted. Tomás Maraj had to make do with what he got, and he's done that magnificently. So, a slightly more relaxed look on the faces of the Romanians for the first time. But they know they're not there yet. Well, nicely taken. Hoisted high by Leal. Dumitrash underneath it. Puts it back. High as well. Oh, and great little work. Leal made a bit of a mess of it. And Malheiro tied it up. Oh, beautifully taken in by Girau. And a knock forward for the Romanians. Time now running out for Portugal. But this is the sort of position, if they can get decent ball, that they'll certainly launch an attack from. That's great work. Leal, little fumble, quickly picked away by Malheiro, and then flicked back inside for Leal to complete the tidying up. Murinello one for Uva. He's telling the crowd, get behind us, we can still do it. João Uva run himself to a standstill. Well, it's gone all the way around. Yes, it has, and that will be a put in there for Romania. The advantage that Portugal had won is, I'm afraid, gone. Just couldn't clear the ball quickly enough. On came the power, and once that goes through 90 degrees, it becomes a reset scrum with the other side putting in the ball. And now Romania will be content to just drive forward. It was dragged down, says the referee, and I'm sure they'll take the penalty chance. 4 points ahead at the moment. If they kick this, they'll be 7 points ahead, and Portugal would need a converted try to even get level. Sokol puts the ball down, points to the post, and it'll be Dumbrava who comes up to take the kick. Yeah, I don't think they can argue with that. Rui Cordero actually losing his binding, going down, and everybody toppling over the top of him. He might be huge, but he's actually not quite strong enough.
Let's do a time check now, Kelvin.
2.5 minutes left, and Dumbrava, the man from Steaua Bucharest. Oh, he's looking anxiously. It's hit the post. Now, was it knocked on there? There was a touch. And nothing wrong with it. Referee looks to his touch judge. He saw nothing wrong. And Portugal escaped. Still match off.
Number 5.
Penalva goes off, and on comes Murinello. Really a flanker, and the Portuguese going all out now for pace and mobility. And again, on goes the predictable forward drive. You can't blame them. They know they're better in that area. Tinku taking it up, setting it on again, and I don't think we'll see this one released either. If they can, they'll be just trying to run down the clock. It's up to Portugal to just get their hands on it. Oh, and the flick back inside, this time taken. Driven on by Coradiano. Well, running down the clock, we're into the final minute. Now they're putting it wide. Can they finish with a flourish? The tackle's as strong as ever. Continiac brought down, but a better position still for those forwards. And Sokol telling his forwards to come in. Come on, we've got one more chance here. And another big rolling ball. Here we go. And certainly Portugal not off the hook. And remember, at the moment, Portugal do have a bonus point for being within 7 points. Lost forward by Romania. Now, can Portugal escape? There's only a few seconds left on the clock, but they'll set the scrum. And Portugal fighting for a point in their first World Cup. They might not have got the win that they really, really wanted, but even a point will be a magnificent result for them. We're through 80 minutes. This will be, or should be, the last play. Controversy at the end of that Japan-Canada match when it appeared that he allowed a play after the clock said time was over. And remember, we do have official independent timers now. It's not up to the referee. Now, Portugal, can they clear it? Desperate to do that. Picked up at the back. Can they set it up? Yes, they have. They've got control. Romania told to get back and not come through offside. And the Portuguese, now surely they're not going to be brave and try and launch and attack all the way back to score from here. But they just might. Full of heart, have attack in mind even when they're on their own goal line. Back it goes. Well, they're putting it wide, they're looking at it, they've got a man wide. Oh, and that was a terrible pass thrown forward, and the game is over. A fantastic effort by Portugal. They failed, but they failed bravely. The final score, Romania 14, Portugal 10.